According to recent statistics, just under a third of Americans actually maintain a household budget. Only 30% of the population has a long-term financial plan that includes savings and investment goals. If we know that budgeting helps improve our finances, why are so few of us doing it? For example, did you know that saving only $50 a month and using that money to pay down a credit card at 18% APR could mean that you're able to pay off $700 in debt in just 1 year? And $5,000 in debt in only 5 years. That's just the tip of the budgeting benefit iceberg. Think back to the checkpoints of this foundation building exercise. Step 1 requires you to access your personal capital structure, while Step 2 requires you to use that budget accordingly. If you know you have debt, you need to budget effectively to pay that off. You might be able to understand the principles of finance and personal capital, but it's going to be difficult to implement those ideas if you're unable to budget properly. Simply put, budgeting is the foundation of financial success, and the reasons why extend far beyond just helping you save and manage your money. Here are our top 3 reasons why you need a monthly budget. 1. Budgeting allows you to understand your goals. It's great to understand your personal capital structure. It allows you to understand your debt and equity. Now, what are your goals? You might think, oh, I want to pay off $5,000 in student loans by the end of the year. But what does that mean for you financially? 2. Budgeting helps you understand your good and bad habits. Man, we're mad guilty of this too. We all have certain spending habits that are less than ideal, right? Absolutely. $6.50 for a coffee each morning and hundreds of dollars in wasted streaming subscription services a month are probably just the tip of the iceberg. And if you're not tracking your spending, how else are you really going to know where you're bleeding money and where you're saving? 3. Budgeting helps you prepare for the future. We all encounter emergencies, unexpected accidents, life events, car problems, blah, blah, blah. It's annoying. And the only way to prepare for these unexpected expenses is to budget. A failure to budget is like walking blindfolded into a forest and hoping you don't run into a tree. It's going to happen, and it'll hurt. Remember that your budget is a tool to help you, not a straitjacket to keep you from enjoying life ever. If there's no money for fun, you'll be less likely to stick with your budget, and a good budget is one you'll stick with. To be an effective budgeter, you'll want to figure out how much you make and then budget for all of your needs, some of your wants, and this is key, saving for emergencies and the future. This is referred to as the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rule was made popular by Elizabeth Warren and is now widely used as a great benchmark for any household budget. You take your post-tax income and you use 50% of it to pay for your necessities, 30% of it for things you want, and put 20% back into savings. In this example, a necessity would be your mortgage or rent payment. A want would be an accessory for your camera you use in your free time. And savings would be putting back $100 straight into your savings account. Or you can also think about following the 70-20-10 rule, where you use 70% of your income to pay for the expenses, save 20% of it, and invest the other 10%, regardless of which one you choose to implement. The goal is to get you thinking about your expenses and spending habits. Once you do, you'll likely find areas where you can cut back on spending. What kind of tools do you need to accomplish this type of budgeting? In general, any good budgeting tool should allow you to create a budget, automate your savings, and check your progress as you go. As you start to implement these types of budgeting tactics, you'll ultimately be able to use them to reduce your expenses and save more money to pay off debt. That brings us to credit scores, so click on through to Lesson 3 to learn more about increasing your credit score and why that matters when building wealth.